Welcome into episode 14 of Breaker Banter. Can't believe we've already got 14 under our belt right ahead of the home opener this Friday and Saturday. Both games scheduled for puck drop at 7:05 against the Monroe Moccasins. It's going to be an awesome opening weekend, of course. Our Halloween-themed opening night. Wear your costumes to the box office. It'll be $2 off your ticket at the box office if you wear your costume there. We look forward to seeing everybody in there. Tickets are $16 at the box office. That's where we recommend you buy them. They're also available on Ticketmaster if you're looking to get in the door. November 1st, we will have our magnet schedule giveaway. So if you get in the door at the south entrance, the main entrance to the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, you'll be given a magnet schedule if you're there early enough. So be sure to get in early as we get ready for a fun night of hockey. But also some kids on Halloween night, going back for a moment, going to get some candy distributed during Halloween, might have some contests as well, so wear your costumes and get ready to cheer on the Breakers. Transactions this week, the Breakers did make a change. Tim Delaney acquired from the Indiana Sentinels, defenseman for the rights to Vlad Pavlov, who heads out that way, so we welcome Tim to Biloxi, and he will make his debut this weekend. But that just about wraps up our intro here. We're going to bring on Josh Rosenzweig for the meat and potatoes of our show right here on Breaker Banter.
Looking for your next ride? Get more at Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport. Every new Hyundai comes with Matt's lifetime powertrain warranty on top of Hyundai's America's Best warranty and owner assurance. No one on the coast offers more, so why go anywhere else? Come see us today at our brand new showroom just off Lorraine Road north of I-10. Official sponsor of your Biloxi Breakers.
Shop smart, buy local. Matt Bowers Hyundai Gulfport.
Welcome back into Breaker Banter. Devin Dobek joined by Josh Rosenzweig, the goaltender for the Biloxi Breakers, the first goaltender who's made an appearance on Breaker Banter. So Josh, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, Rosie, you're from Toronto, Ontario, so of course one of many Canadians on this team. When did you first begin to play the game, and did you always want to be a goaltender from a young age, or is it something you developed into?
Yeah, I mean, I've been basically playing hockey my whole life. Started when I was like 3 years old. Playing mini sticks in the basement with my dad as a kid. Fell in love with the game, watching Toronto Maple Leaf games. Falling asleep on his lap as a baby. Just sort of fell in love with the game, and then always wanted to be a goalie.
So you said the Toronto Maple Leafs were your favorite team growing up. Did you have a favorite player that you admired growing up, and who's your favorite player now?
I think it was James Reimer, the goalie.
Oh, yeah.
So he was number 34, and that's why I sort of picked 34, because that was the guy.
Stuck with you there
Yeah.
for a bit. Now you're rocking his number, but after growing up, you finally went into the GOJHL for the Niagara Falls Canucks and the Welland Junior Canadians. How did your game develop in those leagues before your career really took a leap to the next level?
Yeah, moving away from home at 16, getting drafted to Niagara. They sent me down to Welland and the Canucks to get in games. I was still with the team practicing with the Ice Dogs, and then just conditioning stints, getting into action in the Goj. It was really good just to see what juniors were like for the first time, and getting a grasp of everything.
So after your time in the GOJHL, you move on to the OHL, which for every avid hockey fan, they know that is the major junior league up in Canada, three-letter league. You had the opportunity to play 3 full seasons in the OHL for the Niagara Ice Dogs. How different was the competition playing at that higher level compared to where you'd been in the G?
Yeah, obviously playing in the OHL, it's the best league in the world, major junior league. It was great for my development, and playing against the best of the best, night in, night out. I'm very grateful that I got to do that.
So playing against the best of the best, I'm sure you crossed paths with some superstars nowadays.
Yeah.
Was there anyone that you played with that's made it to the show or played against?
Yeah, probably a dozen guys. A lot of them, we grew up together. We're all like close buddies. A good example would be Wyatt Johnson. He's he's in on the Dallas Stars now. He's kind of the big name out of all the guys. He's making $64 million contract, so he's doing well. Guys like Quentin Byfield, Shane Wright, Mason McTavish, and the list goes on. I mean, all sort of household names now in the NHL, and just growing up with them through minor hockey and then playing with them in the OHL and seeing them getting drafted to the NHL and playing at the highest level possible. It's really cool to see that.
Did you have the opportunity to stay in touch with any of these guys from the OHL team? How close-knit was that group, and how's it today?
Yeah, I mean, I still keep in touch with most of my teammates from Niagara. Even my buddies, like I said, like Wyatt and stuff, in the summers, just training with them off the ice and staying in touch, whether it's hanging out at one of the guys' cottages or just getting on the ice and getting ready for the season.
What was your favorite part about playing in the OHL? Of course, there's all kinds of glitz and glamour that come with being the best junior league in the world. So what was your favorite part of all that?
Just getting to show up to the rink every day and getting to live out my dream of trying to make it to the NHL. Seeing the guys every day. I mean, I love it. That's why I love hockey. Just being in the room, playing games, traveling on the road, just everything to do with it. Yeah, it's amazing.
So you hold a couple records in the OHL as well, including the most saves in a game, which is 61, a franchise record for Niagara as well, and also the OHL most points by a goaltender in a season. That was 11 assists, also a franchise record in Niagara. What do those awards mean to you now? Looking back at those accolades, does it kind of bring you a sense of fulfillment, or is it something that's in the past? It's in the past, or?
Yeah, I mean, those records are pretty cool to look back on, knowing that that's what I have with me. I'll always have those moments with me. Obviously, really wanted to get drafted to the NHL. That was the dream. But all in all, I mean, I had a pretty good 3-year career there and had a lot of fun and grew a lot on and off the ice. So.
Moving on here, Rosie, a little bit. So you have your time in the OHL, and then you decide to turn pro, and you come to the United States, somewhere you hadn't played before really in your career. Did you pick up on any glaring differences between playing in America and playing in Canada? Of course, the jump from major junior to pro as well.
Yeah, I think obviously the biggest difference was when you're in major juniors, you're playing 16 to 20-year-olds, and then obviously going pro, there's grown men twice your age, twice your size, and they've been doing it their entire life, and it's pretty interesting to see how the guys act at a pro level. Some guys have wives and kids. They're battling every day, fighting for their jobs, and nothing's ever for granted. And that was probably the biggest adjustment, was you're in a man's game now.
So after your time in Watertown, Rosie, you go to the Athens Rock Lobsters, and this is when, after you had those records in the OHL, this was your next big year to reel in some accolades. Of course, after your season with Athens, you were second in league save percentage at .926, third in wins with 21, and had a Goalie of the Month award. So how did your time in Athens kind of parlay your experience from Watertown and lead to more success for you?
Yeah, I mean, I had a really great year last year. Athens was a great spot. We had a good team in front of us, and we just we were a really good team, and
It was a lot of well-rounded talent, of course. You look up and down that roster, it's filled with guys who've played at all sorts of different levels. They've got all kinds of accolades. Of course, the defending MVP and points leader in Milan. Playing with all those guys and having those great pieces in front of you, do you think it made your life a little easier, or at least boosted your confidence in between the pipes?
Yeah, we were a pretty deep team. We had good defensemen in front of me, and I think playing in the South last year was really cool compared to the North, just because the rinks are bigger, more fans, and I mean, I love playing under the pressure, under the spotlight. I feel like I elevate my game to that, and just trying to do that again here.
And that's the environment we're trying to create in Breaker Bay for opening weekend coming up. But want to say, or one more question with Athens, of course, you played for Steve Martinson. He's a very decorated coach, of course, of American-born head coaches in North American pro hockey history. He has the most wins, over 1,000 and counting. He's now with the Allen Americans in the ECHL. But what was it like playing for Steve, and what did you learn from him?
Yeah, ever since the first time I talked to him in the off-season before I signed in Athens, I mean, obviously he's the most winningest coach, and I think it's all of minor pro or professional hockey. Yeah. Just the way he carries himself on and off the ice. I mean, he sets the tone and he expects excellence, and he made it difficult for us every day, and I think that's why we came together and we had a lot of success last year.
So now you get traded to Biloxi after your year in Athens with your stock at an all-time high in the FPHL. What do you like about playing hockey down here in the South? Is it much different? Of course, a lot warmer weather than up in Toronto, up in Watertown, and places like that. But you did it last year in Athens, doing it again this year. Kind of describe the difference between playing hockey in a warm environment.
I mean, like you said, the weather is great. Getting to show up to the rink in shorts and a t-shirt all year long, I mean, nothing really beats that. And like I said earlier, I mean, the attendance of fans in the South are just three to five times larger than the teams in the North. I mean, every rink down here, every team's got a big rink. The fans pack it, and it's a really cool environment.
Coach Pence has been trying to build this team for the Breakers here, getting all the pieces together. What do you like about playing for him, and what went into the decision for you to, because every player does have to report. So you have the option to stay home and figure out something else to do. But why did you want to play for Coach Pence and be a part of this group he's building?
I had Charlie in Watertown 2 years ago when I first came into the Fed, and when I got the call that I got traded here, Charlie called me, told me that he was really excited to have me come down here, and that he expected big things out of me. And I mean, described to me Mississippi, what it's like, and I gave Mississippi like a Google search, saw the rink and everything, because I actually, in my 2 years, I've never played a game here. So I'm really excited to play a game in the big Coliseum, living on the beach, and hopefully playing really good and giving the team a chance to win games.
Well, you did that a couple weeks ago. You earned the first win in franchise history, taking down the Topeka Scarecrows in Game 3. You got the win. Really wholesome celebration. We posted on our social media, but a really cool moment out there on the ice. What was it like to get that first one with this group of guys?
Yeah, that's why I play. That's why we all play. That's why we love the game. Like the feeling after winning that game. Obviously, we lost our first 2 games of the season, but the feeling in the dressing room, if you could have been in that room for the first 20 minutes after that win, it was just every guy in that room was smiling, cheering, just pure adrenaline, excitement, and obviously, winning the first game, it's a huge milestone for the organization, and it's really fun. It's a fun feeling.
So you've gotten a chance to get to know some of these guys now. Everybody lives in the same complex. Can you rattle off some of the nicknames and a few fun facts about some of these guys you call your teammates?
Yeah, there's a lot. I'm sort of like...
Start with your roommate, Crowds.
Crowds? Well, I don't know if I could say that on camera, but we call him, like Cole, 2C. He's a big TikTok guy, so he loves to go on lives, and all the boys kind of hop on the TikTok lives, and just in the comments we just start chirping them. But yeah, there's a bunch of cool nicknames like Brandon Lucchese. We call him well, his nickname's Luch, so we call him like Milan Lucic. So he plays in the NHL. A guy like Colarusso, we call him Gibby from iCarly because they kind of look the same, and it bothers him. So all the boys kind of like to tease him a little bit. Fisher, call him Fish Sticks. Just I don't know
rat.
why. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Who else?
Give me a little bit about Flanny. He's definitely a guy that you've had the chance to share some time with this season. Give me a little bit about Declan Flanagan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really close with Flanny. He wakes me up every morning, comes in my room, jumps on my bed, and gets me up every morning. And he actually drives my car to the rink every morning. He's a character for sure. Probably one of the funniest guys I've had the pleasure of playing with, and just an all-around great guy.
So it's safe to say the vibes within the Biloxi Breakers locker room are exactly where they should be heading into the home opener. Everybody's getting along. It looks like they're becoming a unit, starting to gel. Would you agree with that?
I think personally this is the closest team I've ever been on, like this fast. Like we all met each other like, what was it, a month now? We had our training camp in Lafayette, and living in a hotel for, what was it, 10 plus days, living together, having a pool and pickleball courts at the apartments, and just being in the room. I think all the guys have gelled really well. There's the one beautiful thing about our team is, normally on teams there's like cliques of guys, like guys only hang out with certain guys.
The vets, the rooks, the goalies,
Yeah. But on our team, especially me coming in being one of the more experienced leaders on the team, I made it a priority to make sure that everybody's gelling with everybody. There's none of that. We're all a team, and all the guys get along unbelievable. I mean, it makes it really fun to play here and to play hockey here.
Well, we're going to find out this weekend just what the Breakers have in store for us Friday and Saturday against the Monroe Moccasins. This is Josh Rosenzweig. He will likely be the starting goaltender on Friday night. Looking forward to that in the Coliseum. Can't wait to see you all there. I'll be back in just a few moments to wrap up this episode of Breaker Banter. And we welcome you right back to home base to wrap up episode 14 of Breaker Banter. A huge shout out to Josh Rosenzweig, the goaltender for the Biloxi Breakers, for joining me here. He had a lot of cool things to say, and we're so excited to see what he brings between the pipes this weekend. A guy who's got all kinds of decorations throughout his career, looking to be a leader this time and take the Breakers to the playoffs, something the Mississippi Seawolves were unable to do. Biloxi is full pursuit this season to make a playoff push. But once again, our housekeeping, as always, Friday and Saturday, both games at 7:05 CST. We hope you can join us in there. It'll be the Moccasins on both nights. The Breakers 0-1 against the Moccasins this season. That was game one all the way back on October 11th. So looking for some revenge here. They're going to play them another 11 times this season. So this will be games 2 and 3 out of 12 this year between the Moccasins and the Breakers. There's going to be no love lost. I'm sure that there's going to be some fisticuffs as well. It's going to be a great rivalry unfolding before our very eyes, but Once again, tickets $16. You can get them at the box office. That's what we recommend. If you want to go on Ticketmaster, you'll get hit with a few fees, but you can get them if that's more convenient for you. Also, if you wear a costume to the box office on Friday, our home opener on Halloween, you'll get $2 off your ticket at the door. There also will be contests inside the arena, likely during the intermissions, and we'll be giving out some candy as well. So some cool opportunities. And then Saturday at 7:05, we're going to be giving out magnet schedules. It's going to be our first giveaway of the season right at the main entrance, the south entrance to the Coast Coliseum. So get there early, and you'll have some artwork for your fridge to take home and stay up to date with Breakers hockey. But once again, a huge thank you to Josh Rosenzweig for joining me on the show. I'll see you next week once again and on the air this weekend. But we'll see you soon on another episode of Breaker Banter.